20 seconds. And
Mhm.
I'm not even an expert. So if you were an expert, you could really get a lot of power and use out of that.
Yes, yeah, there's some remarkable things that you can do with that technology, and there's lots of implications there. I mean, certainly the thousands and thousands of dollars that are spent on photo shoots can be replaced in some cases by doing exactly what you're talking about, like replicating a pose or a shot with a different set of imagery. And it's interesting because, and then you can also animate that. You can change out backgrounds. You can change out things. There's brand implications to that. There are ethical implications to it. Who's getting paid, who's not getting paid, what's in the contract, etc. There's also legal things to consider because in New York, and I believe one more state, in June, there is now going to be or there's a law that you have to disclose that the image was generated if it includes a human with a disclosure there. So I'm not sure how they're going to police that or fine people for it or whatever. But there's lots and lots of implications there. But on the back to like how brands or agencies are thinking about it is we can do it more cheaply. We can do it with more inclusive model sets, including like people of different skin tones, body types, et cetera, without having to pay for those human models to be there. We can show the clothes in different applications or the products in different applications in a way that we've never been able to do. And, in some cool ways, it'll allow smaller brands to compete with larger brands who have those larger budgets and look bigger than they are, et cetera. But, there is a human consequence in that the model is not being paid, the photographer is not being paid, the lighting person is not being paid, the person who provides all the snacks or
Mhm.
coordination of it all. I mean, like those are jobs. What will those people do instead, and how will they differentiate? I think it will just become more and more competitive. So, and then there's this like backlash. Consumers tend to say, "I don't want to be lied to," and maybe they'll distrust brands that they perceive as AI. But I've actually been tracking that. Most consumers can't tell the difference between an AI generated image and a one that's an actual image. So
Yeah, you
there's a
can't
lot of
tell
like
nowadays.
skepticism and doubt and whatever that enters into the picture as well. So it's a funny world, Dalton. Like just a funny like place where no one actually has the right answer and everyone's kind of looking on the sidelines, uh, trying stuff, trying to stay out of trouble, and they don't want to be the example that everybody points to as the bad
Points, yeah.
actor in the space. But yeah,
Getting
certainly
there on the
technology is
video
cool.
side too, RJ. We're getting to the video eventually. I think maybe a year from now, we might have video that is pretty hard to tell the difference between like what was actually filmed versus like what is AI generated. And that's a whole
Yes.
different topic. But I know that you talked about because that could be an episode in itself,
Yeah,
just talking
totally.
about the ethical implications, but and just how does the world react. But you talked about how there's just a massive shift ongoing in this space, and